welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. Today I will be doing a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode 1. Now, before I get started, can I get a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? So I will just go ahead and get started. And before I get started, I do want to do some housekeeping and just some announcements. So that way, if you're catching the replay, you will have a heads up as to what's going on. So, as you all know, on Fridays, every other Friday, I do a live trivia. So, this coming Friday, I will be doing Black Trivia Live on Friday the 14th, I believe. Okay, so I just wanted you guys to keep that in mind and make sure you are here and make sure that you're on time for the live trivia. And there is always a cash prize for the live trivia. So let me go ahead and remove that and go ahead and get started. So, oh my gosh, I really enjoyed this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I am really excited about the new additions to the show. I think they're going to bring life back to this show. So I'm really happy about that. Now, do you guys think that the fact that Simon lied about his citizenship is grounds for a divorce? Because those rumblings have been out there for a very long time. So Portia cannot pretend that she has not known that Simon did not have his green card. I think that Portia was just ready to go for whatever reason, whether it be that Simon was always traveling, he was never there, there was some rumblings of infidelity. So I think that she used that as an excuse to leave the relationship. Okay. Because even when he was with Fallon, they were already talking about the fact that Simon did not have his green card and that he had tried several times and he was not able to obtain his green card. So I think that was just an excuse because Portia was ready to go. Okay. Now, Portia said something that was very deep. And Mama Brown, I'm sorry, Mama Bees, can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, Mama Bees? Just to make sure. I believe you guys can, but I just want to make sure before I get too far. So, Portia said that the person she's now mourning, he was not real. And that's very deep. And she said several times that, she's still in love with Simon. Things just did not work out, but that doesn't change the fact that she's in love with Simon and she was willing to go to the ends of the earth with Simon. And I was very surprised to see that at the beginning of this episode, they showed her and Simon looking for a house. So I kind of enjoyed that because I really wanted to know how all of that played out with them purchasing the house. And I think she wanted to do that because it was also alleged that Simon got that house on his own. So I think Portia wanted to show that part because she wanted everybody to know that she was a part of that whole process of Simon purchasing the house. Even if the house is in just his name, she was still a part of that process. And he was purchasing the house for their family. Hey, Leo, thank you so much for being here. And Mama B says, Portia is a liar. Those fake tears didn't move me. Yes, so that was my um one of the questions that I had for you guys was if you really felt Portia was being genuine when she was shedding those tears in the attorney's office. Because I'm going to be honest, I think those were real tears, but not because she loves Simon. I think those are real tears because she knows at some point she has to move out of her home and start over. Okay. So I feel like those tears were genuine in the fact that a divorce is like a debt. Don't get me wrong. So you're going to feel some kind of way. So I think those tears, it's just for everything that's going on, just the whole process of the divorce. And Mama B said, Hey, Moon Child, thank you so much for being here. And Mama B says, she said the house is in both of their names. I heard that, but I wasn't for sure if that's what she said. I thought she said something like 40-50 or 50-50, but I didn't know what she was referring to. I'm not sure if I believe that, but you're right, Mama Bees. She did hint to that fact, but she didn't say it clearly. So I really couldn't confirm that's what she said. And Leo said, I felt she was probably crying because of what she's going through, but not because of Simon. Yes, that's how I feel, Leo, that it's more so of what she's going through the whole process of a divorce, because at the end of the day, I mean, they were together for 15 months or however long. And I think it's just the whole process, the court thing, the back and forth, and just losing a friend because even if it's a friend and y'all fall out, you're going to miss your friend. So I think it had a lot to do with just everything that's going on in her life. And Moonchild said, Yeah, felt those tears are for things were not as it seemed. He was a scammer and not legit. Now, Moonchild, I just asked that question. Like, it's been out there that Simon was a scammer and that he didn't have a green card. So this is no new news to Portia. Portia heard the rumblings before she even married Simon. So I don't think that was the reason for the divorce. Now, moving on, at Shamia's birthday party, when Kenya Moore showed up, she was instantly acting weird with Britt the moment she arrived to Shamia's birthday party. Britt was being nice. Britt kept trying to speak to her and she was ignoring her. Then she finally spoke, you know, and it was just really awkward. Like she had something for Britt before she even met her because that was her first time meeting Britt from how the conversation went. So that lets me know that the mean girl energy initially came from Kenya. And that's, why she got what she got because she chose Britt to target her and do what she did. And it cost her her peach. And I think when Kenya seen that 10-carat ring on Britt's finger, it was all she wrote. Her jealousy got the best of her, okay? Because one thing about Kenya, she can't keep no damn man. And she's been known to pay men to date her, you know, outside of we all know that her baby's dad, I forget his name, it'll come to me. We all know that there was some speculation that she paid him. We know she paid the other gentleman, I can't think of his name either. And she paid at least 3 men to be on this show for her. And that's very sad that you feel like you have to pay somebody to want to be with you in a relationship. Like that's very sad. So, you know, just when she seen that 10-carat that Britt had, I don't know, the jealousy got the best of her. Now give me a second. Okay. And Leo said Portia was paying something on the mortgage, which is a red flag since he's supposed to be a millionaire. Yep, she did mention that she wanted to be in a place where, if his money was short in so many words, not verbatim, that she wanted to be able to help him, with their finances. And Leo said, yes, I agree. So, Portia arriving at 8 o'clock was so disrespectful to her best friend. Now, keep in mind, Portia has a history of doing this to Shamia. She did not attend Shamia's wedding, even though when Simon, I want to say it was the engagement when Simon got ready to propose to Portia, Shamia was right there. I believe they were on a yacht or in Puerto Rico, one of the two. And she's just always just never gave Shamia, you know, the same thing that she was giving her in return. It was always a one-sided friendship. And for her to do this again, knowing that this have been rumbling, everybody has said, oh, she's just Portia's sidekick, her do girl, whatever the case. Portia just still couldn't get it right. Like, girl, I thought that was just so disrespectful. And she was just low key trying to steal Shamia's spotlight as usual. Okay. And that $430,000 Rolls Royce Cullinan, I think we can all agree that Shamia hit the jackpot. Okay. Like she could not have found a better husband. He has a good, legitimate job. They have a beautiful family. He's very wealthy and very supportive because he allows Shamia to totally be herself with all of her different careers. I mean, Shamia is a hostess. She's a singer. She's an actress. And what else? And she's on the Housewives. Okay. So I mean, she's definitely getting her own bag, and I can see him just allowing her to utilize her money for whatever she wanted to use her money for. And in a marriage, I think that's exactly how it should be. And Moonchild says, I never thought Shamia was Portia Do Girl. I never thought that either. I always thought Shamia was amazing, but that was the rumbling in the streets because Portia was just never very supportive of Shamia. Like to miss your best friend's wedding, that was a lot. And Leo says, I think one of Kenya's boyfriends was named Matt. Yeah, he was the one that was very aggressive. He was younger, he was aggressive, and then he even announced that she was supposed to give him $10,000 to be on the show. And Leo said Shamia has always done well even before she was married. He enhanced it. He absolutely did, Leo. Hey, Sharon Gottwald. Thank you so much for being here, sis. Okay. So with that. And guys, um, I like all of the new girls. Um, I really like Kelly. I really like Brett. Um, what's her name? Angela. I think she's going to have to grow on me. Um, when she came out and said, "Y'all better put some respect on my husband's name," that was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes she says some awkward stuff, so I think she's going to have to grow on me. But I really like Kelly and I really like Brett. And Moonchild said, I don't think Portia is jealous of Shamia, has been with this man a long time. Portia did have health problems. She was having blood clots from traveling so much. Portia had blood clots? I didn't know that. She says, me too. I like the new girls. Yes. And Mama B says, I can't stand Kelly. She's doing too much. Now, here's the thing, Mama Bees. We all knew that when Portia finally came back to the show that she was going to be attacked for taking Fallon's man. Whether that is true or not, like we knew that was coming. At least I felt like it was coming. No matter when she ended up coming back, I just felt like she was going to have to face that rumor of stealing somebody's man. And I'm going to have to agree because I watched that whole thing pan out. And I want to say I got a lot of that tea from Tisa Tales. And she did the whole timeline. She showed where Portia had been at this hotel where she used to go to meet Simon. She had been there with her sister, I believe, on that same day of the pool party. So, you know, I feel like Portia and Simon was already creeping. That's just my opinion. Now, we also found out that Alan, and I believe his name is Jalen, was also creeping as well. So I feel like they were both cheating on each other. Okay. But if somebody invites me to their house and introduces me to their husband, like that's off limits. I'm sorry. So I don't blame Kelly for calling her out because you have to think about it like this. That could have been your man. You know what I'm saying? If she has no loyalty in a friend group, like she would do that to anybody, especially if she's trying to run up on a bag. So, women are looking at her like, I can't trust you around my man. So, I'm glad that she called Portia out on that because that needs to be explained. And Portia doesn't want to give details. Now, we all felt some kind of way on, I believe it was a Mother's Day when she took a picture with Simon and Dennis. Like, all of that was really weird for me. So, it does seem like there was some cross up there. I could be wrong, so I'm gonna say allegedly, but I could be wrong. This show is about mess. So, that needed to happen, and we all knew that was going to happen. And Leo said, yes, Portia had blood clot issues even when married to Cordell. Oh, okay. I don't remember hearing that. And Mama B says, but out the gate, she is too much for me with those plastic. Okay, so it doesn't have anything to do with that. She's just too much overall. Okay, got it. She seems like she's really sweet. Because she's the one that has the four girls, I believe, and the waffle restaurant, Nana's Waffles. And she has a set of twins. Gotcha. And Moonchild says, I feel like if the shoe was on the other foot, Portia would have asked her the same thing. Exactly what I'm trying to say, Moonchild. All of these ladies are messy. This is just what they do. And this is how they keep the show entertaining. Because you have to have some mess on these reality TV shows. And then we also want to see black excellence, which I feel like was definitely displayed on this show. Because even if Portia don't get to keep the house, she's showing wealth. She's talking about her businesses. We all know that Shamia and her husband are very wealthy. And, Britt has a 10-carat ring. She's obviously, these women are wealthy and they're showing, you know, black excellence with a side of shade. Okay. Hey, kicking it with Courtney. Thanks so much for being here, sis. And Mama B says, why do that at the party? I don't think so. So you think that was too much for her to call her out at the party? What was kind of annoying the fact that she kept asking. And I think Portia handled it in a great way. She says, I'm done talking to you. And she just cut her off, end of discussion. Okay. And somebody else made a great point. I can't remember where I heard it, but somebody made a great point. These girls are new on the show, and the best way to trend on social media is to come for one of the OGs. So I'm pretty sure that's what Kelly was doing, just trying to trend by coming at one of the OGs. And Moonchild said, yes, it was this. It was what I want to see. And Leo said, she reminds me of Tiny. Really? I don't see that. And Moonchild said, yes, these are some rich women. Yes, I love this for them. And kicking it with Courtney is just speaking. So, what did y'all think about Britt's man? I think she said that she's into insurance and she was his insurance agent and that's how they met. Um, I don't know. I mean, that's her husband. It's just something about him that I guess he might have to grow on me too. Um, Now, did y'all see that look on Drew's face when Shamia asked her if she was dating Dennis? Like, she was not expecting that. She was caught off guard and her face told it all. Now, do you guys think that she is low key dating Dennis? Yeah, they both have plastic lips. Oh my God. Not the plastic lips. And Leo said he was standoffish. And Moonchild says, I don't think nothing of him. Okay. And Moonchild said he gives her beautiful diamonds, so I'm not mad at him at all. Okay. And a lot of the ladies were like, "Oh my God!" If I think Cynthia said, if my husband was giving me these types of gifts, I think I would have tried to really save my marriage. Now, I want to ask y'all this: did y'all see what Dennis posted on social media when Drew's sister said something about Portia? And Dennis clapped back and said, now, not too much on the baby mama. Your sister has an album coming out, and I would hate to have to push it back. That was so like unprofessional. Like, I don't think I would trust him after that, and I'm not sure I would want to work with him. I know that it's probably too late at this point, but that was very shady. And Leo said, Mama B's laugh out loud. Yes, they are both short and look plastic. And he's right. I really like Dennis. Oh my God. Now, Moonchild, that was a bit much to call her out like that. And she didn't even say it. It was her sister. Watch your mouth, he's saying. Yeah, but it was her sister that actually made the comment. And Leo said yes. And he posted something like, I don't know that woman. Are you talking about Dennis post? Oh, Dennis doesn't know her. Okay, got it. And Moonchild said, no, it wasn't. Okay. So Moonchild didn't think nothing was wrong with Dennis saying that. And he did give her a compliment and said in her album is a real classic, some of her best work. And her sister needs to pipe down. Yeah, her sister needs to mind her business because at the end of the day, I think a man should always protect his baby mama. Okay. Honestly, they're gonna always be family. And I really like the fact of how he protects Portia. Now, when she was over there trying to fight his mama on her reality TV show, you know what I'm saying? That was too much. And, so I guess all of that is forgiven. But one thing he knows about Portia is that she will pop off, okay? Everybody knows that about Portia. She is always ready to pop off. And Mama B says, I think Dennis just want a peach. That's how I feel. And I think he thinks that if I can't film through Portia, Drew is another way that I can get in to film on this show. And Moonchild says correct. And he made sure Portia didn't touch his mother either. Exactly. Now, don't you like Cynthia's look? I hate to just focus on people's look. Cynthia is so amazingly beautiful, but I did not like the look that she had at the birthday party. I just wish she would have worn a different wig or something. Like she looked absolutely beautiful when she did the interview with Queen Sheba. But that look she had that day, especially that wig, even her makeup wasn't giving. And I know sometimes we just have a day where our outfits just don't turn out the way we want them to. But this was like the premiere. Like, I just wish she would have done a better job. And to be honest, Portia with all of those sideburns, I didn't like that either. And Sharon said Dennis is going to back Portia always. And I'm not mad at that. You know, I like the fact that he does that. I just didn't like the way that he threw um what's her name? Drew up under the bus. And Drew is just okay for me. And let me just go ahead and say who's going to be my favorite on the show. I know that Portia and Phaedra are going to be my favorite on the show. They're going to always be my favorites. And absolutely Cynthia as well. And let me see. I have to be able to look at them. Portia, Phaedra. Ooh, Shamia is going to have the number one spot, guys. I'm sorry, I forgot about Shamia. She's definitely going to have the number one spot. Portia, Shamia, Phaedra, and Cynthia. I'm not too fond of Drew. She's known to be a very big liar, and I think she's lying about dating Dennis, low key. But I think it's not a serious relationship, but I think she's sleeping with Dennis, to be honest. And the other girls are gonna obviously grow on me. Kelly and Britt and Angela. I'm not sure about her yet. And Sharon says, I was shocked at Cynthia's look. So you agree that she didn't, the look was not looking, okay? And Leo said, yes, Dennis posted on IG after the show went off. Man, listen, I don't know that lady. He was probably talking about the newbie that said he gave her a diamond necklace on their first date. Now, oh my God, I just know that lady would not come up with a lie like that. Now, if Dennis can prove that to be a lie, like she will never be believable again, because that's a really huge lie to tell. And Moonchild says, I think I'm going to love this whole cast. I'm loving already this cast. Would be dark and toxic if Kenya was there, in my opinion. Kenya didn't even look the same on the show. It's just like something is not right with Kenya. It's just like she doesn't have that glow she used to have. It seems like she's going through a little bit of a depression. And maybe she thought she had to do that to Brett to kind of, you know, secure her spot on the show and it went left. You know, that was just a bad move altogether. And Mood Child says, I believe her he have woman names tattooed all over him, laugh out loud, was a diamond necklace. I think I believe her too, because I just don't see that lady coming up with a lie that big. I just don't see that. Now, when she said that he couldn't afford the diamond, and I'm thinking to myself, Dennis could definitely afford those diamonds. Okay. And I'm not sure, did she ever mention what her man does, her husband does? Britt. Because I think Britt was the one that said that Dennis and her went out on a date. And then Kelly followed up to say that Dennis slid into her DMs. And that picture that they showed of Kelly in the bathing suit, which made him jump in her DMs, like, you know, I mean, I can see what Dennis was saying. Like, her body was banging for her to have 4 kids. And he just hoish, you know, ninja anyway. Nope, never mentioned. Okay, I didn't think they mentioned what her husband does. I hope he has a legit job, you know, because that's kind of strange. You know, she wanted to brag about, you know, first she had a 7 carat, you know, band, and then he upgraded on their anniversary to a 10 carat diamond ring. So, but she never mentioned what he does for a living. Give me 1 second, guys. And Leo said Britt's husband is an insurance agent, I think. I thought that she said that she was the insurance agent and she was his agent, and that's how she met him. I think she's the insurance agent. And Moonchild said Dennis is a garden tool. We know that already. He cheated on Portia left and right. I really wanted them to be able to work it out, but Dennis just would not stop cheating. And I thought the fact that he loved his daughter so much that, he would finally get it together, but he just never got it together. So they never, ended up getting married or whatever the case may be. They went to counseling, they did it all. And Leo said Dennis has a few businesses here, clubs and an alcohol brand, etc. Yes, the hot dog stands all over. He's also into insurance. Dennis really does have a bag. And guys, if you have not done so already, please like the video. And guys, don't forget on Friday, we have our Black Trivia Live on the last trivia day. I asked you guys for suggestions, and you guys suggested Black trivia. So that is what we're going to be doing on Friday. So make sure you are here and make sure you are on time for Trivia Live. Okay. So guys, I am going to go ahead and end this video now. I am really excited about this season of Real Housewives. I'm sorry, yeah, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the old girls, the new girls. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the best seasons yet, in my opinion. And Mama B says there's 6 likes and 10 in the chat. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. And guys, if you happen to be catching the replay, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye for now. And Moonchild says, I have agreed. Have a great afternoon. You do the same. And Leo says, I'm glad I caught your live. I came near the end yesterday. Glad you made it, Leo. And I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time, 2 o'clock. Bye for now.